Hello, guys. Welcome to the channel. I want to talk to you guys about something here that I've ran into. So it looks like right now in this world, right now, Australia has become the first country to ban social media for kids that are under the age of 16. Wow. Australia, not even the US. So I wanted to talk about this topic because, I feel like, you know, I'm sure you guys are aware, but we're living in a world right now just full of social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. But there's a lot of kids, like, in my opinion, nowadays who are just consuming too much content and, like, too much dopamine, like, too much things on their phones, and is really toxic. A lot of the things that are in these platforms could be toxic. I think that kids under 16 shouldn't really be getting exposed to all this type of stuff so young. You get me, guys? So I really wanted to just like give my own opinion about this. And I think by Australia doing this, I think is actually, a good thing because I feel like kids, teenagers are not really supposed to be seeing certain things, even though me, when I was a teen, in the 90s and all that, there was no social media. And as I got older, now I'm living in this thing now, just seeing how the world has evolved. And this is what everybody just deals with, like social media all the time. This is how everybody communicates attention. But social media has become a thing that's just like attention needy. Like you're trying to connect with people who are not really there for you in your life. Like you're always trying to post something, get attention. Twitter, everybody wants to tweet about something all the time. And I feel like this is just how it is now. Like we're in a time that this is how life is. And I just don't like it too much. Like I guess because I'm old school, things have changed. It's good to have good technology for certain things, but social media has become like a thing that is a privacy thing. Like you're ex- you're being okay by reducing your privacy. It's like for you to post every second where you're at, where you just ate, where you just traveled, what you just did. Every second posting that in your story and in a post, for social media is really like guys, it's just really too like you're giving up on your privacy. And I think that that's something that you have to be careful with because giving up your privacy, letting people know where you're at all the time, there could be pedophiles and people that can come look for you and do something to you. You get me? So I don't know. So I ran into this headline just hearing about Australia has banned kids under 16 to be able to use social media. So, and they're saying that a lot of these companies and tech companies, the owners of these platforms are gonna struggle or something because they have such a large like fan base. They have such a large group of people that are under 16 and kids have created accounts and things, and they're always on the platforms watching things, because really social media right now is just something like that. They really just want people to all the time be in the platform scrolling, looking for things, every second. And it's all run by algorithms. Like if you search something and you watch a video about something, anything, that algorithm for that social media is gonna learn what you love to watch, and it's just gonna keep catering you the same type of content all the time. You get me, guys? And I find that kind of weird. It's like data's being exposed. They're all the time tracking, watching what you see. You get me? So I don't know. In my opinion, guys, I think that's like a little bit like a little weird and scary. It's like too much data collection going on. And so 16-year-olds, kids under 16, Australia is banning that. I think, is actually a history because US has never even done that. But Australia is now the number one country to do that. But I just wanted to give my own thoughts about this. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing, TikTok, Instagram, and like for kids to be off of that, because I think kids, when I was little, I used to do more fun things besides playing video games. Like, there was checkers, tic tac toe, like watching old, cartoon movies and a lot of things in the past. So my childhood was very different in the past. I didn't depend on social media, to be honest. Like, back at that time, what I grew up in was flip flop phones, like beepers, all that old school stuff from the '90s. But I just think that you know to run into this now in 2025, going into 2026, that Australia is banning kids, is actually a good thing in my opinion. Like, if I had kids and I was a parent, it's not good for kids to be seeing bad things and sensitive things. Nowadays, like, there's a lot of bad things on social media. Fake rumors, fake news. Like celebrities. Everybody's after the celebrities all the time. Something bad happens, it's always breaking news and about deaths and all types of stuff. And like, kids shouldn't be really be seeing that. It's traumatizing. Like, you're exposing their minds to see certain things at such a young age. And so, in my opinion, I think it's not a bad thing, to ban kids under 16, from using social media accounts. And so, pretty much, I'm sure they have to wait till they're 18, to be able to use social media. But yeah, this is really how I feel, guys, about this topic, and I think it's not a bad thing in my opinion, but this is just, I wanted to share my thoughts on this little topic, about social media and kids. And I think kids nowadays should just learn to do other things. You can have fun besides watching reels all the time on Instagram. Learn how to learn things. There's more bigger things to learn and than just watching little videos on reels. Kids could be playing basketball. That's more productive. Like, you're doing exercise to your body, playing sports, go swimming, go running, do something. So I think it's a good thing, in my opinion, for kids to not be able to use social media. But yeah, guys, these are my thoughts on this. I just wanted to talk about it. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, how you guys feel about this too. Do you think this is good? This is a good history that Australia just did. Feel free to comment if you like. Well, thank you guys for watching, guys. And my name is Jesus. I do sometimes little videos on different things. Feel free to subscribe if you like. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.